Good morning, guys, and welcome to Unique Not Different with me, Shamal. And this week, from the 19th to the 25th of September, we celebrate International Week of the Deaf. And today, I have Stephen Ducran, who is the Vice President of the Trinidad and Tobago Association for the Hearing Impaired. And I have Ryan Houghton, who is the interpreter for today. So today, we are going to discuss what is happening for International Week of the Deaf. So good morning, team. Good morning. Stephen, how are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Awesome. And so this week being the International Week for the Deaf, how is the Association for the Hearing Impaired plan on, I guess, raising awareness and celebrating and also forming community partnership, because the entire team is inclusive communities for all. So what is the association plan on doing this week?
Okay. The World Federation for the Deaf, they are the real planners for the entire International World Federation for the Deaf annually. It usually is from the 17th to the 25th. So Tahi is going to have some events from the Monday to Friday, whether it be in the form of giving advice, counseling, letting others understand sign language rights. And also, there are other deaf people in the world with different events and different schedules for this entire month as well. When it pertains to sign language, education, and there's so many other things, when it comes to deaf and deaf culture and deaf society. What's most important, like the top of the list, is sign language rights for all.
So what type of collaboration, or is it that in terms of having allies on board and stakeholders on board for this week in terms of educating them and also encouraging them to be part of I guess International Week of the Deaf? What type of partnership you all are having?
Tahi, just as you said, we're going to be giving out like counseling, deaf awareness, whether it be campaigns, also activities with the deaf, and these types of things. That's it.
Okay, and I know next week so happened to be the budget on the 26th. What is Tahi expecting, especially in this budget, as it relates to including persons who are deaf and hard of hearing, because we know that persons who are deaf and hard of hearing requires a lot of devices. And last year, they got tax exemption. Is it that we expect any further, you all expect any further or anything from the budget itself?
Tahi, every year, before the budget, what we'll do, we put together things that are focused to the deaf and hard of hearing and their needs. So we put together a list of a document, put that together, something that something that would be enough, that would suffice for what the deaf community needs, and we send it as a proposal for Parliament. So we're going to see if the Ministry of Finance would take into consideration some of the requests, and we'll see what they decide. We can't fully decide, but we can merely suggest.
But do they usually do? Do they usually accept any of the recommendations that submitted?
But I wouldn't say that we get a right out ignored. We get right out ignored, but I know that there are a lot of disabled groups present in Trinidad and Tobago, whether it be the blind welfare and all these types of things. So I understand that it has to be shared pretty equally among all NGOs and something that would be beneficial to all, So I understand that the budget should be balanced.
Right. And on what would you say is the main thing that should be focused on from your standpoint?
Okay, I think an important thing would be, as it pertains to the deaf and hard of hearing community, would be welfare, hearing aids, social work. Those are some really important things that need improving for the deaf and hard of hearing community in Trinidad and Tobago to make us better.
Okay, and just for closing, what advice would you give to government agencies, in terms of like access to school, access to, books and so on, access to, equipment, to have a more inclusive education? What advice would you give?
Okay, that's a very good question. So, really and truly, constantly in Trinidad and Tobago, education is something that needs a lot of development for the deaf and hard of hearing community. When it comes to SEA, CXC, and other higher level education, hearing people can go on to tertiary education and do so much more. But we need sign language classes to be much more prevalent in Trinidad and Tobago, because hearing people have the ability to talk, and it's pretty easy to do this communication, but sign language is easy as well. We need that equal opportunity. We need a change in policy so that sign language would be taught to all and become more prevalent, because right now, hearing people are focused on their studies. They could learn another language like Spanish. So why can't you learn sign language? So that I think that opportunity should be given, sign language rights for all.
So how do persons reach out? Thank you.
You can send an email to association@tahi.org. .tt.
Awesome. Stephen, Ryan, I want to say thank you so much for coming and sharing, your knowledge, and also what is going to happen as it relates to your NGO for International Week of the Deaf. So thank you so much. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to this week's segment of Unique Not Different. As I always say, be good, be good. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you.